Hi Capricorn, welcome into your mid-February 2023 Money and Career Tarot reading. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as we proceed, do keep in mind this is general for around the remainder of your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I more than appreciate the likes, comments, and of course subscriptions. If you haven't joined this Capricorn tribe already, now we're gonna do a layered spread with the Gilded Tarot, but I did channel a message for you overall to, of course, speak upon your money and career. And you will shine through all of this success. You will shine through all of this success. So I really do feel as if there's a glow about you in the midst of accomplishing a lot. I sense that a lot of which are doing a much better job throughout the remainder of your month of implementing a level of work-life balance. Some of which it feels like a continuation of which, but there's a need to feel good about that, okay? To not be overworking oneself, but I do sense that either way, you're getting a ton accomplished once again and shining through it all. So let's do some shuffling and see what we get for you. For Capricorn. Ooh, Judgment. Okay, so a level of honesty. I feel like your voice coming into play, whether this is on social media for some, a different type of platform. It feels like you could be standing out in the crowd when working. It could be in regards to applying for a new opportunity. Work for some, it feels like you could be, there's a sense of your voice even shining, but you physically glowing, energetically glowing. They're saying your vibe in regards to your work. And I do feel like there's a sense of you easily speaking up, but not overdoing it or overstepping or rubbing people the wrong way. Does that make sense? You might find that your opinion as a Capricorn, your voice in that sense, even your just advice, that comes into play through your work. It could be more so in regards to people you work with and or live with. Keeping in mind that where you live, at least once upon a time, was a financial investment. But I do feel like there's a flow about how you get things done. If you look at those people just kind of swarming around there, flying in a sense. But I do feel like there's a reminder on one end that you are protected when working, when it comes to the future of your finances, the success that you're meant to acquire, just accomplish in this lifetime along your path moving forward. And I feel like there's also, for some drawn to the reading, a connection to a community that's taking a true highlight and maybe truly wrapped up into your life purpose if we are thinking about it in a larger sense. Beautiful. Your mind taking a focus is what I'm getting. Your mind, there's a sense that Spirit's reminding you to protect your mind, to protect your ideas. Don't share what you come up with, brainstorming wise, creative solution wise, or just what you're mulling over, considering, or have decided, because there's a sense that not everybody at work and or at home is to be trusted with the knowledge of whatever that is, okay? Because if it's not that they can't be trusted per se, it's that they won't be as helpful as they once were or you would like them to be, okay? I'm hearing Spirit sees the truth, and you might as well to an extent, but we also have the Emperor and the Two of Swords coming out, so naturally producing and developing, there might be a bit of an overly serious way about you, but either way, I'm getting a very sort of grounded Aries vibe about you. You might have, heavy Aries aspect in your chart or just one or two placements, but I do feel like either way, you are naturally grounded as a Capricorn, right? For the most part, but just feeling very in touch with the fiery, passionate, they're saying producing side of you. And I feel like this is going to come into play and benefit whatever you produce, develop. But I do feel like the number 411, angel number wise, that is giving you one if not several messages. So do look that up. But the Two of Swords, because I do feel like there's a focus on you feeling a little bit guarded at work and or at home, right? You could find that this is coming through accidentally, or could be on purpose. But I do also feel like you are just ready to defend what you're accomplishing, what you're looking to go after. But Spirit's saying, again, if it's future choices or one that you're moving towards at this time, or something you're moving away from, again, people's opinions and judgments, not really needed, are they? I feel as if you just need to look towards your spiritual guidance, but most importantly, trust what you already know and trust your intuitive guidance all the meanwhile, those intuitive hits. because I sense that this could even play into your work, but it's helping you move towards and away from what is and isn't meant for you. Does that make sense? But I do feel like there is a sense of you not fully seeing the way, or not having all the answers just yet, but Spirit's saying it's potentially not the time for the majority of which onto the reading to have everything knowledge wise, everything sight wise, vision wise at hand. Or in your pocket is what they're saying. Because I do feel like part of the process moving forward, say stepping into March and April, figuring it out along the way, that's going to be beneficial in ways that you can't fully or at all see at this time. But there's a sense of you thinking about your worlds and how it's changing, how your career has developed up until this point, some of which might be pushed to think back to the beginning of an opportunity that's continuing, even if it's quite new for you individually. And this is purposeful for potentially more than one reason, but at the very least to remind you why you began it to begin with. To continue, wow, bear with my voice. I feel like there's a reminder to clear your voice. The devil, you might be working with or living with somebody that isn't, they're saying of importance, but somebody who isn't very healthy in energy or to work with, potentially bad habits. They're saying do beware stepping into March. So towards the end of the month, beware of overworking yourself, because it feels like you were doing a pretty good job of not doing so up until the end, but there's a sense of you potentially overworking yourself in the following months. All right. Yeah, okay. So I feel like there could be certain levels of chaos with the Five of Wands that you have going on at work. Somebody could be making you a bit nervous at certain points. That's taking a highlight. I do feel as if all the meanwhile you know what to do or what not to do. There may be a push at certain points throughout the remainder of your month to step away from your work situation, your home situation. For a lot, you obviously work remote, so it's the same thing for you. But also there could be thoughts of brainstorming, research, investigating, going into a potential better option for you moving forward. That could be a new job, could be a new office location to run your business, so you don't have to, or to work, so you don't have to do it from home, right? To put that weight on the health or the situation in general at home. Could be a new home situation altogether for you. But Spirit's saying, again, doesn't mean you have to figure it all out or have that situation by the end of the month. There's a sense that it will just happen when it's divinely guided to, all right? And you'll come up with those answers, that clarity. The blanks will be filled in, if you will. The puzzle pieces will come into play when that time is right, or just when in general when the timing is right. What else do we have for Capricorn? The Three of Cups, the Hierophant. Yeah, thinking about change, and I feel like some of which drawn to the reading have a recent change they made in regards to their money and career, or just one of which, and it's leaving you with reasons to celebrate. There might be moments where it's kind of hard not to focus on what isn't working 100% perfectly or in your favor, or just the annoyances, right, at work, at home, you name it. The fluctuation of something is what I'm getting. Some of which are thinking about wanting more, right? More success, more money. But there is success taking place being the overall message, and you are shining through it all. And I do feel like the money follows when you do what lights you up, what makes you passionate, right? Not just what feels mundane and will give you certain benefits, right? Say, I feel like a lot of Capricorns being drawn to this reading realized, or winding back, or are at this point moving forward, that you need to be doing what makes you feel good within, right? Whether it's helping other people, but while helping yourself, but something that just lights you up and leaves you feeling passionate, and not just going through the, again, mundane tasks, or just doing what you have to do to make that money. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, again, thinking about that perfect living situation, thinking about where you best fit in and where you don't, that happily ever after for oneself, wanting to see the success come to be, but not feel uncomfortable where you're living and or working. And that's fair. That's absolutely your right. But I do feel as if, because you're buckling down and doing what you have to do when you need to, again, in a pretty balanced way for the most part, there again is a lot of reasons to celebrate. But I do feel like Spirit's highlighting 2, if not 3 other people that you bond with quite well, whether it's family, friends, acquaintances, coworkers, you name it. I feel like this is beneficial for your comfort in, again, one of those two main situations, work and or at home, or both, given I said and. But I just feel like this could come through as a form of a source of healing or joy, lightening things up for you in one of those or both of those situations. I do feel like there is good news at a certain point, or multiple points throughout the second half of the month, whatever this ends up being for you. The acceptance to an opportunity, could be a pay raise, a new role for you within the same company, stepping up that ladder, if you will. It could be in regards to somebody wanting to invest in you. Or it could just be you seeing something grow so exponentially, but it feels more so what I mentioned before that. I sense that this is just the second half of the month where you're gaining a lot of attention because you're shining in more than one way. You're glowing in when it comes to what you're accomplishing. And I feel like Spirit's saying when you glow even more so once again, due to the success coming to be for you, due to the money you're making all the meanwhile. Perfect. It means you're doing something right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of your month, and I'll see you next time.